channel again, and I hope this helps. Today I'm going to be doing the handlebar gooseneck. So I'll be replacing one that's an adjustable, and I'll have the parts and the tools, but we're going to be using a number 4 and a number 5 Allen wrench, and basically a socket wrench to drive that. Take these bolts off here, these four off here, put it back together and make some adjustments, and we'll take it from there. So first off, if you have an accessory, you're going to have to take the accessory off. I'm going to go ahead and do so now. And this is a little bike rack that I bought. This one's Rock Brothers, specifically from Amazon, but I believe Himiway has this. And I'm going to be doing this work 2023 Himiway Zebra. And what you'll see is, let me just grab this real quick over here, so this is the gooseneck. This is a Wake brand. It's the same size as the one that comes stock with the Zebra. What this one's going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to take this and adjust it up to 60%. So when I'm going on the dirt, I like the nice support we have here, but when I'm going on the longer rides, I like sitting more up, so I'll be able to bring the handlebars closer to me and make it a little bit more comfortable for my ride. So what we'll do first is let me grab some tools here off camera. I already have this plan to kind of do this on camera, but first off, there's a little rubber thing right in the top of the gooseneck, and it's got a little protrusion there, which goes inside the Allen wrench. And so I'm going to take my number 5, and I'm going to remember loosey-goosey, so I'm going to put the ratchet on loose. Okay, so I'm just going to do one little tight there, or just loosen it just a little bit. Same with these two here. These are one on each side. And that's going to loosen this up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to loosen these ones a little bit more. And you'll know when you have it loose enough, because the handlebars, like it just kind of what I call broke. So when I turn the handlebars, you can see the front wheel's stationary, which that's a sure sign that it's ready to come off. Now I can take and unscrew this part. So when I unscrew this top part, what it's doing is it's taking the tension off of, you've got these rings here, and there's a bar underneath these rings, and that's what holds the fork, which goes all the way up through the stem and connects to, and the gooseneck connects to that. So I'm taking this off. I'm going to set this aside. You don't want to lose this, because in most cases you're going to have to reuse those. Okay, so now you can see that if I come over here, it comes off. You can see the gap there, so it's coming off. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and take my number 4 with my extension. I just like these. You don't need an extension. I just like the extension because it gives me a little bit more to grab onto. So I'm taking the number 4, and I'm going to loosen the 4 that are on the front. Of the gooseneck. I'm not even sure if that's the official name of what these are called, but so now that I have it loose, I can go ahead and just do everything by hand. Usually I do my battery powered tools, but they make a little bit of noise. And when I'm doing videos, I want to do the best I can on, can you hear me, and am I being clear and concise? So you can see I'm taking these 4 off. So you can see they're almost off. So I'm just turning them off. You're going to have to take these all the way out in most cases. You just want to be careful. You don't want to damage any of the wiring going to your computer. So. Okay, so I have it off, and when it comes off, I'm just going to let this hang down a little bit, like so. And then there you have it. There's the front of the gooseneck. I'm going to go ahead and stick it back on so I can put these back into my parts bag. In case I want to switch back to the factory. Unit. Okay, and now I can just simply take this off. Okay, see, it's off. Now sometimes these are different sizes. You have to, so just make sure you look everything up and try to get everything to be spec. I'm going to go back to the number 5, and I'm going to straighten it up. And one thing you want to make sure is, you want to make sure you have all the pressure on it, and I'm pulling on the bottom here, and I'm kind of pushing down here just so the bearing here and the bearing up here are tight. Okay, so I'm straightening it up. I'm going to take the top part and screw it back in. That's going to force the gooseneck down onto the stem of the forks, which goes all the way through here. And I'm just lining it up. And now I'll change the socket from loose to tight. And I'm just going to, again, this is just basically doing the vertical tightening. Okay, so I have that just right, and I'm going to straighten it up again. Now I'm going to tighten this is like a hose clamp. Now I'm tightening it, and it's going around the spindle. And I'm not going to put them totally tight because it may not be exactly where I want it to be. So this is where you make the adjustment. Okay, so you can see, just made the adjustment, and I'm going to go ahead and just put it all the way up for this video. And with that being said, depending on my computer, I may have to change out or take the computer off to tighten these bolts, because I'm changing the whole angle of the product or the handlebar. So I'm taking this off. Which leads me to the next things. I'm going to need a different Allen wrench to adjust the computer. Okay, we're back on. The Allen. I don't know what size it is. It is small. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here to the handlebars and unscrew my computer. So it's adjustable, or so I can just move it out of the way while I'm putting the handlebars on. So you can see I just fold it forward, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this on here now. So I've got the little sample here. See, it's right here. I'm going to just set it on top. What you want to do is make sure that that you're even with all 4 of these screws going down inside here. You don't want one side to be really tight and the other side to be really loose. So when you're talking front and back. So this is why I like the extensions, so I can get down in here. Plus I can do the 2-finger thing here, so I can, or the 4-finger, so 2 hands. All right, get the last one here and slide it down like so. So as you're doing this, you'll see I just kind of go around all the bolts and get them so they look like they're even. And then as it gets closer to being tight, I'm going to want to start centering it. So I have it centered. Now I'm going to adjust it on where I want it to sit if I were riding it, which is right about there. So I'm going to pull the computer over the other direction here. So like so. So I've moved the computer. I'm going to take the socket wrench and I'm going to be in the tighten mode. And you can always go back and adjust it as needs be if you want it at a different angle for both the grips, either your handlebars being forward and backwards or the gooseneck being forward and backwards. So, and this one you don't want to strip it, but you definitely do not want to have it loose because you don't want any accidents happening when you're either on the road or on the trail. Okay, so I have that part done. Now I'm going to put the computer back in what I like to think is the best spot for me. And let's come back over here now and go up and tighten it. Okay. Again, we're not trying to break any records on how tight we get a lot of these bolts, especially when you're working with a metal bolt into a plastic housing. But you don't want it to move when you're out and about either. So just getting it nice and snug. Just double checking this side, nice and snug. Doesn't move. We don't want to forget to put this plug back in right here. And actually before I do that, I just want to make sure that I have that part going back to the number 5. Make sure it's as tight as I want it to be. Probably should have done that before. Tighten the computer, but I think I'll be able to get this in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off camera here just real quick. And this brand, which is the Wake bike brand for the gooseneck, they do give you Allen wrenches. Okay, so if I wanted to come over here and do everything without my tools, oh yeah, I had that just right. I can do that without needing specialty tools. So they provide that, which is really a nice feature. Okay, so I have that all tightened down. And now I'm coming over here to the, oh, nice and tight. So we're basically done. So that's how easy it is to change gooseneck. I'm gonna put the little rubber stopper back in and we're good to go. Now, one thing you do want to do is put on the front brake, and then just go forward. Make sure you don't have any play down in the bearings. If you have play in the bearings, you unscrew these 2 bolts and tighten this one. And if you have this coming down and you don't have a gap on the inside, which I didn't show you, you won't be able to force or tighten this gooseneck onto the stem. So you want to make sure there's at least a 1/4 inch in there, maybe 3/8 of an inch, and that way it has something to tighten to, because you don't want to again be out and about have any issues. That's all we have today. Thanks for watching, and hope this helps.